What's going on, guys? It's Clutch Plays here, and today I'm going to be telling you guys why the Oklahoma City Thunder need to trade everyone on their team. The Thunder have been a mediocre playoff team ever since KD left them. They have shown no signs of being able to compete for a championship. The past 2 years in the playoffs, they have been knocked out in the first round, and the streak will most likely continue as the Thunder are down 3-1 against the Portland Trail Blazers. The Trailblazers are even without their star center Yusuf Nurkic, yet are still outplaying the Thunder. However, in the Thunder's defense, their best player Paul George has a shoulder injury, which is limiting his play. But come on now. Now, let me tell you why the Thunder really need to trade every single player on their team. To begin, Russell Westbrook and Paul George don't mesh well. Yes, Westbrook and George are very close friends, but their games do not mix well whatsoever. Both Thunder All-Stars are ball-dominant players who need the ball in their hands to be their best selves. This season, Paul George has kind of taken a step back and let Westbrook be the ball-dominant guard, which has not worked well for the team. Westbrook has god-awful decision-making and often takes idiotic shots at the end of games to try and be the hero. Also, since the ball is in Westbrook's hands so much, he shoots outside shots that he can't make, which he really has not realized that he can't make them yet. Or he has realized but really doesn't care that he can't make them. George has had an MVP caliber season, but most of its points actually come when Westbrook is on the bench and George is playing with the second unit. As you guys see on the chart here, the lineup with the best opponent plus minus is when Westbrook is actually on the bench and George is the primary ball handler. Westbrook is clearly not a number one option on a championship team, and Paul George honestly isn't as well. Furthermore, the Thunder duo both have a history of underperforming or choking in the playoffs, as seen by Westbrook's notorious Game 2 against the Blazers, and Paul George going 2 for 16 with 5 points in an elimination game last year against Utah. These two players are both great players individually, but together they aren't a good fit. Now to my next point, their salary cap. Thunder have major salary cap issues as they are paying $61 million in luxury tax right now. This is mainly due to Steven Adams getting paid $24.5 million a year, Westbrook at $35 million per year, George at $30 million, Dennis Schroeder at $15.5 million, and the walking brick himself at $10 million. The core is locked together for the next few years with no room to really improve their team. Now, the Western Conference. The Thunder are currently an average playoff team who do not have a shot at a championship, and this will continue for the years to come. Next year, the Warriors will be split up, but the Clippers and the Lakers probably will have a new star player on their team. Also, young teams like the Nuggets, Mavs, and Jazz are about ready to head into title contention with their improving teams. And also, let's not forget about the Rockets, Warriors, and Kings too. The West will only keep pushing the Thunder out of the playoffs, and soon they will be in the NBA draft lottery with their two stars of Russell Westbrook and Paul George still on their team. If you're Sam Presti, why not predict this dilemma and trade your star players while they still have incredible value around the league? Just imagine the haul you could receive for Paul George right now, who's coming off this MVP candidate season while still locked up for 3 more years. Also, I could see a point guard needy team like the Suns or Bulls giving up a lot of their future away for Westbrook. A mock trade I came up with for Russell Westbrook was Otto Porter Jr., the 2019 first round pick of the Bulls, 2021 first round pick of the Bulls lottery protected, and Chris Dunn. I would accept this in a heartbeat and try and build for the future if I were the Thunder. The Thunder max potential. I believe this Thunder team was the best Thunder team we will see in the next 3 years if they stick together. First, each player is aging as Westbrook will be 31 next season and Paul George will be 29. Also, to be completely real, the Thunder have not had any significant injuries hindering their season, while significant Western Conference foes have. Some of these teams include the Lakers with LeBron James and the Blazers with Yusuf Nurkic. I hope the best for every single player in the NBA, and I hope that no one ever gets hurt, but an injury can happen at any second, and the Thunder got extremely blessed this season to be pretty healthy. The injury factor is something to keep an eye on because as Westbrook and Paul George increase in age, injuries are going to become much more likely, and this will hinder their career. Coming back from a significant injury at 31 or 30 is going to be extremely difficult compared to someone coming back at 23 or 24. The Thunder draft pick situation. The Thunder have draft picks to improve their roster, but only if they are bad because many of their picks have protections on them. They have their pick this year, but do not have it in 2020 if they are outside of the top 20. Also, in 2022, the Hawks have their first round pick if it is not a lottery pick. At this point, if the Thunder compete for a few more years, they will have less good rookies contributing to their team, have to start all over with absolutely nothing once Westbrook and George are out of their prime. Why not just trade everyone now and tank to get your picks and rebuild your roster? I can say without a single doubt that the Thunder are the best drafting team in the NBA as well. They have drafted 3 MVP players in their franchise history and no talent when they see it. Let's go through some of their top picks and see who they could have drafted instead of KD, Harden, and Westbrook. In the 2007 NBA draft, the Sonics or Thunder could have taken Mike Conley, Al Horford, or Jeff Green instead of Kevin Durant. Next, in the 2008 NBA draft, they could have gotten Kevin Love, Danilo Gallinari, or Eric Gordon instead of the triple-double machine himself, Russell Westbrook. Finally, in the 2009 draft, they took James Harden instead of Tyreek Evans, Ricky Rubio, and Johnny Flynn. I think they made the right choices in every single one of these picks. And on top of that, they also drafted Steven Adams with a late first-round pick, which honestly has been a great pick for them, and he's been a stud on their roster. As you can see, the Thunder are outstanding at drafting talented NBA players when inside the top 10, so why not tank and trade your players for more top picks in the NBA draft? The Thunder are the best NBA team in the history of the league at drafting, and why not try and do what you're good at when things are clearly not working out? Now that I've made my point to you guys, let's hop on 2K and see what young players and assets I can attain by trading the entire Thunder roster. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 scenarios. In this one scenario where I get good young players and a few picks and ultimately try and rebuild them from there. And also I'm going to come up with a scenario where I just trade everyone for picks and young players and try and build the roster from there, which is what I think they should do. So I'm going to go a bit more in depth about that. So yeah, let's hop right into it. Okay, so I decided trading Russell Westbrook here for D'Angelo Russell. And I think this trade was pretty good because I get my young point guard for the future and he's only 22. And then here I get Paul George for Victor Oladipo and Bojan Bogdanovic. I don't know if I said that right. Steven Adams for Mitchell Robinson. I'll do that in a heartbeat. Then we get some first round picks with these other trades right here. And these first round picks are actually going to be very helpful for us in the future. So I'm happy with how our team turned out. We got D'Angelo Russell, Victor Oladipo, Bojan, DeMar Carroll, and then Mitchell Robinson here. Plus these draft picks, I kind of like the direction this team's going in, and we're only going to get better. So yeah, this is the second one. So here I have Steven Adams for Mitchell Robinson. And then now I'm just going for mainly picks. So here I have a trade that's actually Russell Westbrook, and I'm getting many picks back from the Suns. Then I have a Bulls trade with Paul George where I'm getting many picks back with the Bulls. And these picks are all unprotected, so that's why I mainly did these trades. Here I have Dennis Schroeder getting a first round pick from the Detroit Pistons, which hopefully will be good in the future. And as you go down the list, look how many first round picks we have. This is just crazy to think about, that we can get like 6 or 7 first round picks over the next 2 years, not counting our picks, just from trading Russell Westbrook and Paul George. Now at the NBA draft lottery, we actually got the first overall pick, and then we also have the 12th pick. So due to tanking, we can ultimately get Zion Williamson in the draft, and we draft Zion. And then we also get Cam Reddish, then Brandon Clark as well. So I simulated the next season, and we actually made the playoffs. And we're going against the Blazers, which is the same matchup. This time we actually take them to 7 games, but we end up losing, sadly. But now we have the first overall pick odds, or the best odds for the first pick, but get the second pick, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. We end up taking Jalen Lecque, who's actually in the draft this year, so hopefully he'll be good with another year of experience in college. We get LaMelo Ball here too, so we're just doubling up on the point guard position. Maybe you can put shooting guard on our team, who knows. Then we get Julius Bernard too. Now our lineup is Jalen Lecque, Jabari Bird, Cam Reddish, Zion Williamson, and Mitchell Robinson. This lineup is going to be outstanding and only going to improve, and I honestly see this team in 2 to 3 years being a title contender. The best part about this is we actually have our top guys locked up for 3 more years, and then on top of that we can extend them too. So our core is literally locked in for the future. Now that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate each and every single one of you guys watching and supporting me. and on my last video and stuff. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think the Thunder should restart right now, or do you think that they should keep their roster right now and keep trying to compete for a championship, which will probably ultimately lead them to getting knocked out in the first round? But hey, it's your choice. And make sure you like and subscribe if you have not already. And I'm out, and peace!